think you're streaming. Oh wait.
Otherworldlyculture.com.
EdwardScissorhands.com.
An umpire and a vampire square off week after week, reviewing movies outside their own strike zone. This week's movies: the 1982 Creep Show and the 1996 Kingpin, starring Bill Murray, Leslie Nielsen, Adrienne Barbeau, Vanessa Angel, Randy Quaid, Stephen King, and Nathan's corpse. Now two guys who know better than to lift a meteor with their bare hands: Tim Kretschmann and Jeff Miller.
You got that right. We know better than that.
Season 4 already. Oh my god.
We're at season 4. We are veterans now.
Yeah.
We're veterans. Hey, everybody. He's the ump. He's Jeff. He's a sports fan of the First Order, and he's ready to take your order of merch anytime you want. Jeff, so glad to have you back this season.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, we were going to put somebody good in, but we decided to stick with you.
And Tim, the one who's doing all the yapping right now, he's the vamp. He watches horror movies, loves them. And, he's going to let you know anything. Well, no, because you do the sports movies and I do the horror
I do the sport. Yes.
So, but he likes.
You're new to the format, are you?
No, so that's the whole catch. So if you haven't been here the 3 seasons before, let me just run it down real quick, all right?
Do it.
Okay, so here's what it is. So I like sports and sports movies, sports. I don't like horror movies. I don't ever really watch them. So I get to watch a sports movie every week. Lucky me. Tim, on the other hand, loves horror movies. Doesn't really particularly like sports or sports movies, but you do a little bit. And Canary truck pulling, he likes that. But he has to watch
Parakeets.
What'd I
the
say?
Tractor pulls.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I said. So listen.
It's a thing.
But Tim's
up
a thing.
there with
Tim is a
ketchup,
thing
like.
too. So Tim has to watch a sports movie and he loves them every week.
Are you kidding me?
Yep. Oh, hey, real quick shout
I've
out
been testing me
to
lately.
the Abominable Snow Races this weekend. My good friend Bill Wolf. I won't be doing it this weekend.
Why not?
Because
Because you're old. You can't do these things
anymore. I just
anymore.
didn't feel like doing it this year.
You can't do that
But
stuff.
Bill Wolf does a great job. It's going to be out Lake Geneva. It's going to be on Saturday, and it's 4 miles up and down the hills in the winter doing obstacles. It's a good time.
This weekend?
Yeah.
It's going to be like 10 degrees out.
They have 2 spots left. You want to do it?
No! Under no circumstance. That's nightmare fuel for me.
And then the other thing is, all hail Muskego High School. Go Warriors.
Yeah, one warrior.
All right, let's go.
It's awesome.
What, did you say one warrior?
Yeah, one warrior. Isn't that what you're supposed to be saying?
Yeah.
Creep Show is the
that.
movie I assigned to Jeff, and he absolutely loved. And then there's this thing.
So here's the thing. Before you get into here's this thing about Kingpin. You don't know if I love it or not. You have no idea.
I do know.
I am holding
I
my
always
cards
know.
close to my
I
chest.
pick high quality films. Jeff takes whatever he can because there's only about 10 sports movies left out there.
Are you kidding
of
me?
any value.
You just wait.
So,
all right, bring it on.
All right.
So no, Kingpin though is.
I was gonna bring it on.
Oh,
you all saw me. I was about to bring it on, and then I was pulled back by the Jeff Meister.
All right, let's go. Wait.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're going to talk about Kingpin first.
We're going to talk about Kingpin first.
One of the greatest bowling movies of all time.
And that's like saying that's one of the greatest Italian war heroes of all time. There's like what, one?
Italian war hero? I don't even know.
Yeah. It's just there isn't a lot there.
No. They hung Mussolini.
How many wait, let's get into this. How many bowling movies are there?
The Big Lebowski?
There's Alpine Lanes and
I don't know. Well, that happened.
We set off the echo, and it's now telling us where we can go bowling.
Can we turn that off?
Alexa, stop! Monster.
Okay, so
Stop teasing my devices.
That's what she said. Anyways.
Oh, hold that. There it is.
It didn't take long. That's what she said also.
That's what she proclaimed
proclaimed
profusely.
See, I said that one time, but I never remember that.
I know. That's why it's funny every time it comes
So,
up.
but hey, another thing is, so you have The Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski,
That's a
which
bowl-
is not a bowling movie. It's a crime movie with a single scene of
There's
bowling.
a few scenes with Jesus in there.
Okay, maybe 3 scenes.
And then Grease 2 has bowling in it.
Again, 3
And then-
scenes.
but here's the
Fright
movie-
Night 2 has as
Yeah,
much
which I-
bowling in it as Grease 2.
Yeah, but what about the movie?
Why would you ever
bowling-
brag about
the
Grease 2, by the way?
Michelle Pfeiffer?
Okay, that's she's solid.
So yes. And then, but in the last bowling movie that I can tell you about,
Well, she's solid.
oh yeah, well that's what he would say
Yeah, right.
profusely, without
Right.
hesitation.
Correct.
Wait, that's not right. She would say it's whatever. Anyways,
Going on.
So back to the one of the best bowling movies ever, and I don't think you'll ever find it for me to watch it, but it's called Dreamer.
Dreamer.
It's probably like early 80s, like 80, 81, 82. It's all about bowling. It's a good
Really?
movie. Yeah. If you can
Well,
find
it has to
what
be
season-
better than this thing. Here we go.
But it took place in Pittsburgh. I mean, they shot in Pittsburgh, so it's got to be.
You know, and that's wonderful. There was a scene where actually both of the movies that we're watching tonight were shot in and around Pittsburgh.
Yep.
There is a scene in Creepshow where you can really tell it's in Pittsburgh
Yeah.
because they pull up to a house and it
Yep.
it is
Yep.
way the heck up.
And you know what? If we hadn't gone to Pittsburgh, I never would have known that. But yes.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
sitting there and I'm going, woo, that's up there's a waves, ain't it? All right, I saw the movie Kingpin.
Yes.
It was released in 1996. It is about as typical a sports movie as you're going to get, which I think was the plan to make kind of a spoof of sports movies in general.
No.
And they did it on a sport that isn't, some people would say not a sport, it's a game. It's kind of on that line, kind of like bags. In the summer
Yeah.
when people are
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
bags,
yeah.
some people think that's a sport. I don't, but some people are like that.
Is NASCAR on the line?
I'm
just saying.
contractually obligated not to speak about
Oh
NASCAR.
shoot, that's right.
No,
I forgot.
no, I'm kidding.
Anyways, all right, go
I
ahead.
think it. I think it is. I think it is
NASCAR.
because skiing is definitely a sport, right? And they've got all sorts of equipment that they're dealing with.
That's what she said. Profusely.
Seriously, yeah. Here we go. But, there. I guess. I don't know. Well, actually, bowling to me lines up very closely with what I'm going to be watching a lot of in the next month, and that's curling.
I like curling.
And
I love
I love curling. I think it's great. But I need the commentators because I don't know what the hell I'm
You know what?
watching.
Guys like you and me
But-
could probably still qualify for a curling team.
I would absolutely be terrible at it.
I don't think so.
I would be terrible at it.
I would love it.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because anytime I slide anything across a table or anything, I can never get it to stop where I want to. It is going skating. It is going 100 miles past
Why don't you
wherever
just
I think.
be the guy sweeping then?
I think we all know the reason by that. That actually requires some physical ability.
All right.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
But yes.
So anyway, it's a very typical storyline. It's a guy that was a promising prospect for his sport.
Yep.
He blows it, and he gets injured badly by a rival. He falls into, in this case, alcohol abuse. Usually we like to have steroid abuse in our sports movies. This time they decided to do the alcohol abuse. So just putting a little spin on the ball. Discovers a younger
Why would you put that up there?
Lynn Shay?
Yes,
There's
why?
a reason. There's a reason.
I hate that.
I know.
I hate that. Go ahead.
I know
I'm
there is
sorry.
a reason. I tries to live vicariously through the younger soul, like Like we have coming up later in this season, we have The Color of Money. It reminds me
That's
a
gonna be awesome.
lot
Can't wait.
of The Color of Money.
It does?
This movie, yeah, the structure of it.
We will
The
talk
structure of it
we'll
is
talk about that when
almost
time
a
comes.
photocopy. But this movie, here's the thing. It's got two jokes.
Okay.
It uses them over and over and over again. The two jokes is Woody Harrelson loses his hand early on. I'm sorry if that's a spoiler, but you're an idiot if you don't know that. It's just what it is. And he's got either a hook or a rubber hand throughout the rest of the movie. That is the joke. The joke is the man has a prosthetic. And they do goofy things with it, but that's the joke. The other joke is Randy Quaid
being Amish.
is, Mennonite or Amish.
He's Amish.
And he's never seen any of this stuff except for with all the documentaries out there about the Amish. They're not quite as clueless as we all thought back when this movie came out. Those are the two jokes, and it's kind of like a lot of things. Like this show, we were funny at first, but it's just gone on too long.
Okay. All right.
By the end of the movie, I'm kind of like, okay, Bill Murray is the only breath of fresh air in the thing, and I think without Bill Murray, this movie wouldn't be watched.
Did you know that Randy Quaid convinced Bill Murray to do this?
I did not know that.
He did. He convinced him to do it. This was not on Bill Murray's radar at all. Randy Quaid said, "Hey, you got to do this. Talk to him into it, and then you have what you have."
They had a very different cast. I had heard that Woody Harrelson's role, they were looking seriously at Michael Keaton, which I think would have been a much better there. And Randy Quaid, they were looking at Chris Farley, which would have been phenomenal. Jim Carrey was looked at for Bill Murray's. That would not have worked.
Oh my God.
That would not have worked.
I hope I have no Bill Murray. I hope I have no Jim Carrey movies.
Yeah, I like Jim Carrey.
No.
He would not have worked in this film at all. But anyway,
Did you hear that Vanessa Angel as Claudia?
Yeah.
That was originally cast for Betty White.
No, it was not.
Okay.
She's an angel now.
No, go ahead. It wasn't. That's just a joke.
Yeah. Now, did you know that? Okay, I've got.
That went over like a lead balloon.
Yes, it sure did.
Like a Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, one thing I got to ask you. They make a lot about him winning a ring.
Yeah.
For bowling. Should you be wearing a ring when you're bowling?
Not on the hand that you're.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Not on the hand that you're rolling the ball with.
That doesn't. Now, one thing I really enjoyed, they have a degenerate gambler in one scene played by Chris Elliott. That's him right there. A lot of people know him now from the TV show Schitt's Creek. He's fantastic in that show as the mayor. But his scene is very funny. I admit that, and it makes fun of another movie that Woody Harrelson was in called Indecent Proposal.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So I thought that made a lot of... That really landed for me. Also, during the bowling scene at the end, one thing that hit my funny bone that I don't think you're familiar with this movie, but I guess Will Ferrell did quite a bit of the yelling out of catcalls and stuff.
Really?
He just did it, because he did it,
Yeah.
And one of the things that you hear, because I knew that, I was listening for his voice.
Really?
But I don't think this was Will Ferrell, but somebody yelled out, "Attaboy Luther." And I just about lost it. I didn't think you would know this. Attaboy Luther is something that is yelled at Don Knotts in the movie The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. every time he comes out and he says something to a group of people, somebody goes, "Attaboy, Luther!" And it happens every time he goes out.
Oh,
and
really?
it's just, it's funny because it's so stupid, because Don Knotts, you know that character of Don Knotts.
yeah.
He's like, well, he's doing a terrible job, and somebody goes, "Attaboy, Luther!"
Wow, that's a deep cut.
But yeah, and I heard that, and it just cracked me up.
You knew that was coming, or when you heard it, you're like, wow.
When I heard it,
Okay.
I went, "You gotta be kidding me. That's awesome." I was listening for Will Ferrell to say stuff, and he did. I did recognize his voice a few times, but his were more like, "You can do it," and stuff like that. It wasn't really super, creative, but you could tell it was his voice once you're listening for it,
Yeah.
So yeah, Attaboy Luther was kind of the Wilhelm scream of the.
Yeah, see, you caught me off guard. It's the first one of the year. I'm like, what the hell's that all about?
I love it. I love it. Hey, you know what time it is?
No.
It's our
Oh,
movie connection time.
Shoot. Oh, I forgot to do this.
No, don't worry about that.
No, I forgot
This
to do
is
it.
my thing.
But on my end, I did.
This is my thing.
All right.
Horror movie connection. So, you were all upset about the picture that I had up in the corner.
Yeah, nasty.
About Lynn Shay is the name of that actress.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Okay. She is related to the head of New Line Cinema that released this movie. Lynn Shay has been used for more horror movies because New Line Cinema has been releasing horror movies forever, including Nightmare on Elm Street, which we were discussing earlier. Lynn Shay, the landlord, has been in all of the Insidious films, and there's been at least 3, maybe 4 of those. She's been in the Ouija films, Ouija board films. There's 2 of those. She was in the movie Big Ass Spider. She was in the movie The Grudge, 2001 Maniacs. She was in Nightmare on Elm Street. She was in both Critters 1 and 2. I remember her in Critters 2.
What the hell?
And she was in The Hidden. Because, she knows the head of a studio.
Oh.
Is I think her brother or like uncle or something, but I think it's her brother is the head of New Line Studios. So they keep offering her up, and she actually is a good actress. I mean, you're not going to fall in love with her, but she isn't like the hot chick, the ingenue or anything, but she's a very good actress, so she keeps getting these jobs.
Did you see her on Boat Cruise?
Boat Cruise.
Yeah, with Cuba Gooding Jr.
No, I
She's
have
in there.
not seen that movie.
Oh, you gotta see that.
Really?
Yeah.
On purpose?
Yeah, maybe. Anyways, but she is in there. Yep, she plays pretty much the same thing as she plays as the landlord in this one. She plays that kind of a role.
Oh, yeah. It is a foul.
Yeah, she
Role,
foul. Funny you use the word foul because she uses a baseball bat in Boat Cruise. We'll just leave it at that.
I don't want to know where she stuck it.
I'm not even kidding around. I'm not even trying to make a joke.
You didn't.
It's scary. Well, it's actually scary. It could be a horror movie.
Yeah. Now, this movie was made by the Farrelly Brothers, and I actually looked up when they made this movie, and this was fairly early on in their filmdom.
For the Farrellys?
Yeah, for the Farrellys. Right after this is when they made There's Something About Mary, and that was their big breakthrough here.
Okay. She was in that too, I think.
I believe she was.
She's the mom. Yep.
But
She's totally like burnt suntan.
Right. Yeah, she's like leather. Yeah.
Leatherface.
But they've made a number of comedies, and most recently, Peter Farrelly of the Farrelly Brothers, he made Green Book, which got Oscar nominations. So they've come a long way from dumb, gross out humor. But we're not done with horror movie connections because Woody Harrelson.
I know what he's in.
Go ahead.
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers and 2 Zombieland movies.
Yes! Zombieland! Yes! I love Zombieland movies.
Which, having said that, we know that Bill Murray was also
yes,
in the Zombieland
He was a number
movies.
one, you bet.
Yeah.
And in 2.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I know that he was in it, but I'm trying to remember what he does in the second one.
I'm not telling you. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
Yeah, Zombieland. If you get a chance to see Zombieland, go see it.
Yeah, the first Zombieland is really solid.
Yes. As a rock.
Bill Murray was also in Little Shop of Horrors and steals the scene that he's in Little Shop of Horrors.
I never saw it. No.
Oh, wow. That's going to get added. And he was in the movie The Dead Don't Die, which I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a huge Bill Murray fan. I wanted to kill myself after watching that thing. It was so bad. It was aggressively bad. So do not see The Dead Don't Die. You will hurt for days afterwards. Now, Randy Quaid has also been in horror movies. Did you know that?
Trying to think real quick here. I'm going to say, no, I didn't know that. But as soon as you tell me, I'd say I do know that.
Let me check if my brother is in the chat room. He knows one of them.
He's not in there.
No.
Oh, look at all those people.
Look at that. It's very busy. Well, I want to thank everybody that's in our chat room. But one of them that that Randy Quaid was in is Frankenstein, 1992. He played the monster.
Wait a second. Is that the one with Robert De Niro?
No.
Oh,
it is not. It's the one with Patrick Bergen plays Frankenstein in that one. The Dr. Frankenstein.
Oh.
It was done for TBS. It was like a 2-night miniseries type thing.
Oh.
But my brother has read Frankenstein, the book, and he thinks that's the closest they've come to capturing the book.
Really?
Yeah, it is a very good version, and it is impossible to find. And when I'm saying that, that means it is tough to find that thing. He was also in a little known, well, I don't know, it's kind of known, a Charlie Sheen vehicle called The Wraith, back in the 80s. It's kind of like a ghost in a car type thing. And he was in a really good dark comedy called Parents.
Nope.
And that was before he ran off to Canada. So that's Randy Quaid in the horror movie Connection. All right, I think it's time for me to give a grade.
Actually, remember, we give a number grade.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well,
you got to do it. You can't go off the...
Here's where I am.
When you said a grade, I kind of had an idea.
Yeah, here's where I am with
Wait,
this.
do you want to wait till I give mine and then you give the...
No, we do it now and then we come back later. People can start betting the moment, because the sports book on our show is pretty successful in Vegas.
Is just
people are making a lot of things. I
know what you're going to give this. I already.
Okay, what am I going to give it?
I
already got my finger on the button.
You don't sound that enthusiastic about it.
I'm not.
You
read between the lines.
Because I think you're
It doesn't make me laugh enough.
Really?
It doesn't make me laugh.
A sports movie's not supposed to make you laugh.
This is a comedy that involves sports.
You're probably going to...
I've enjoyed a lot of the highest graded ones that I've given for the show for sports has been comedies. Caddyshack and Dodgeball come to mind right off the top that I gave very high scores.
I'm going to say that you're going to give this something... You're going to be like a 5.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I aggressively don't like this film.
Aggressively?
I aggressively don't like it.
Did you learn a new word this week? Because you've used that a lot now.
That's because when you come in here, you're rather aggressive. I get yelled at for not having ice in the freezer.
Who doesn't have ice in their house? It's Wisconsin.
If you wanted fucking ice, you could go outside and just grab the snowbank.
Whoa.
He makes a big frickin' deal. I don't know where they did. Ice around here. Hey, make sure you close the shade. I'm kind of scared. Somebody might look in the window.
Okay.
It's pretty close. Okay. I think I nailed that impression.
Look over my shoulder here. Is that closed? No.
It's closed.
I don't ask for much.
What's going to come in there? What's crawling in and scaring Jeff tonight?
For 4 seasons, I've asked for just ice and a closed window.
That's all you've asked for.
I don't ask for anything.
That is all you've asked for.
I asked for nothing.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
And, like, legit ratings. I mean, come on.
That was a
three.
legit meeting. I have always not liked this movie. I watched it and I'm like, I must be missing something. People always talk about this movie. I must be missing it because I haven't enjoyed it in the past. And I'm watching it and I'm going, I remember why. Actually, the reason it's a 3 and not a 2 is Bill Murray pulls it pretty far at the end.
Doesn't Vanessa do anything? It helps it along?
Well, she's hot.
You know what I just realized? I'm looking at the cover right there. That's her legs they're looking through. No, I thought they were looking through like, where the ball comes up through the chute.
Well, that's where they want to put her balls, yeah.
Okay, see, I didn't even go there.
Okay.
But now if you look at the pin and the 2 bullet. Wow.
I think they want to pin her.
I didn't even. Wow, there's some subliminal stuff
Wow,
going on there.
that's not subliminal. That everybody else that looks at that poster immediately figures out it's her legs.
Do you figure out that the ball and the pins? That's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Tim, I've seen this since 1996, and this is the first time I really realized that.
Well, that's surprising because he came into this room and immediately saw the thing I hid for you. So.
Hid?
Yeah, the post-it.
Well, yeah. Well, that's there, but that's like subliminal. You got to be like
that's not
savant
subliminal.
to see that shit.
No.
Stuff.
All right. It is that time in the show that everybody waits for. You know what it is, Jeff?
I don't know.
I love March Madness.
That's right. It's Merch Madness time here on
That's fantastic.
the show. And that's our new spokesperson.
Yep.
That's our new spokesmodel. We paid top dollar to get her to do that endorsement.
That was out at not Comic-Con, HorrorCon.
Horror Realm. You pushed this thing like crazy, and he forgot. That's
Horror
awesome.
Realm. It's Horror Realm. It's coming up again soon. We'll probably talk about. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. March 4th through the 6th.
Wait,
at the Crown Plaza.
You mispronounced that.
Horror Realm.
No, Merch 4th to the 6th.
March 4th.
Oh, shit.
You're right.
Anyways,
You're right.
Go ahead. Merch.
Yeah,
4th to
only
the 6th.
35 days? Oh, my God. We got to get planning, buddy.
Yeah.
We got to get planning.
Yeah.
Hey, if we're going to get into Jeep.
Yep, that's
Jeep,
right.
Jeep.
That Jeep is awesome.
You tell me that all the time.
I got to put a fender on it, but go ahead. Anyways, okay, so we talked about Horror Realm. Horror Realm's coming up. They got some great guests coming up. Amanda Burse, Tai Chi. No, what's her name? Bai Ling. Bai Ling is going to be
Tai
there.
Chi.
Bai Ling's going to be there.
Oh, my
Kane
God.
Hodder. There's going to be
William Ragsdale, Stephen Jeffries. You have
people-
Jonathan Stark. There's going to be David Naughton, the star of American Werewolf in London, is going to be there.
Yeah,
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
So a lot of great folks coming out to Horror Realm in Pittsburgh, March 4th through the 6th. And last but not least,
Merch.
the Jeff Miller
Yeah, that's me.
will be there, and he might have something that looks a little bit like this. I was told some of our older ads were a little bit too long. So
I like that. That's good.
that was classy.
You know what? It's short and to the point.
Yes.
That's what
And
you
I think
said profusely.
I don't have the button on this one. Here, you just
should.
get the.
Short and to the point. Is awesome. I see over there right now.
Uh-oh. You're not
-3.
supposed
I
to
don't
see
like
that.
You can't put a
Yeah,
-3.
you're not supposed to see that yet.
Well, I see everything except for Kingpin.
Oh, by the way, in the chat room, hold on.
I don't have ice at my house either.
Yes,
Oof.
that's right. Let me get rid of that. See that? No, damn it.
Wow.
No ice at her house.
Well, I guess the apple
Yeah,
doesn't
but
fall
you know
far from the
that
tree,
is my
does it?
mother. She's a cold person.
I guess
So.
that's bad. So, but that's not even true at all.
No, it's
It's just the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Let's just
what?
Well, she's the tree and you're the apple, and she doesn't have ice and you don't have ice.
Yeah. All right. Hey, you know
Wait,
what?
let me ask that one quick question.
Okay.
If you knew that I needed ice, or I needed a shade shut, I'm sure that would be the
Does
case.
anybody ever really need anything?
Yes.
Does anybody know what time it is?
No. Yeah, it's time for me to start talking about
Anybody
a movie.
really care? Yes. Here we go. It's Jeff time.
It's always Jeff time.
From the moment he bursts into my house. This is the movie Creep Show
Oh my
that you were
God.
lucky enough to get to see.
Lucky enough. Okay, so here's the deal. First of all, props to Pittsburgh.
Hold on, everybody. You can
Yes.
contact Jeff at otherworldlyculture.com.
Yep.
If he says something mean about Creep Show, that's where you will send your hate mail.
Okay, but anyways, first before that, if you send me something, I'll send you something. That's all you're gonna say.
Okay.
Now here's the other thing. Now see, you covered me up. Can you take that down for a second?
It comes down automatically.
Okay, there you go. Pittsburgh. So this is a little entourage. No, what is it? Homage.
Oh my.
Homage. It's an homage. There you go. It's homage to both the movies we have this week. We have one from
Pittsburgh.
Kingpin,
Yeah.
and which comes up in the trivia, but I'm not going to give you that away yet. And then this one right here, because Ted Savini, or no, Tom. What is it? Is it Tom or Ted? It's something with a T. Just tell me, because
Tim.
it's not on there.
It's Tim Savini.
Oh, sorry, Tim. So it's not even.
No,
Tim.
it's not. It's Tom Savini.
Well, don't come on, man. When I meet him again, when I meet him next time, he's gonna want me to say hello to him correctly.
He's probably going to want something signed.
Probably. Anyways, back to Jeff. No. Anyways, so Tom Savini's from Pittsburgh. I met him last year. You know, hey, we're
Kind of by mistake.
well, we probably will do drinks this next time. But anyways, so I met him out there in Pittsburgh. So
Yeah.
this is to Tom, right here, bud, and then to the people, the Farrelly Brothers or whatever.
Yeah,
Like Shaq-
that is a neat thing. That we didn't really plan that part of it. We
I
kind
did.
of paired.
I did.
Oh, whatever.
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a savant like that.
Yeah. You're a savant.
I'm a
We're all agreed with the savant part.
Okay, one more time, then is it Tom, Tim, or Ted? Tom?
It's Tom.
Okay, so Tom Savini he does the special effects in this movie.
He does all the makeup effects. Yes.
Yeah, but he kind of worked on something too. He worked on an animatronic thing, and
Yes, he
had to
did
ask
the animatronics.
He had to ask some help on that.
Yeah, from Rob Bottin that did
Right.
all the effects in the thing.
No relation to Rob Zombie. So anyway, so back to the show. So Creep Show. I have no idea what this is about. I've never seen it. 1982. So I'm thinking, okay, how old was I then when I went and seen this? Probably not. But it's about, and I'm not going to give away any spoilers because I think people should still see this.
Yeah.
But I will walk you through this. It's an anthology film, which I saw Trick or Treat. I liked it. I've seen Cat's Eye. I like it. So it's an anthology film, so I know what I'm in for.
Right.
It's got this.
You really like Trick or Treat. I was
I
surprised
do.
how much you liked
That's
that
gonna
one.
be, that's actually gonna be a Halloween season movie that I'm gonna watch.
All right.
I watched the movie Long Gone, the baseball movie, every opening day. I watch that.
Oh, you watch it on opening day? I was going to ask you
I do.
when it is.
I do.
because-
Either the day before, the day of, or the day after, right in there, depending on when it is. I watch that, and then for Halloween, I am going to watch Trick or Treat because I really did enjoy it. I did.
Yeah.
But let's get back to this. So this is an anthology. It has to do with a comic called Creep Show. Now, is that a real comic book?
Okay, there's a little bit of a story behind that. This is kind of based on EC type horror.
What's EC mean?
EC.
East Coast.
I don't know what EC stood for, like extra creepy or something, but that was kind of like DC Comics. There was
Oh,
EC
okay.
Comics.
All right.
And they made Tales from the Crypt,
Okay,
which
so
you've
what-
heard of
okay,
before.
I got something to say, yep.
Well, I know you've got something to say. You did warn us. But they made a lot of really creepy comic books, and this was kind of based upon that type of comic book. And in fact, I took little, if you see over in the corner,
Yeah, I see that.
I took some of my comic books, and there's the baseball
Yeah,
cards
thank
because
you.
I knew you'd like that.
Yep.
And just took some pages at random and took pictures of them.
Thank you, Tim. You put a lot of
There.
effort into all this. That's great.
I did try.
I tried
Now
not-
wait, here comes the nightmare fuel, I think. No, not that one. It's coming up. Isn't that scary? Ooh.
Anyways,
So frightening.
Back to the anthology. So how this opens up is
But it's very much like one of these. This is one of my comic books. Creepy Things. This was my favorite with modern comics. How much did it say I paid for
35
that?
cents.
35 cents. You know how much comic books go for now? They're like $5 a piece.
So now, did you actually read those?
Oh yeah, the ones that I have
Really?
right here, I've read probably 70 times.
Really, you read
When I was a
You
kid,
read through them.
my
Why?
my mom was very big on buy the kid comic books because it's reading. Doesn't matter what it is, get them reading. And this one in particular, this is my Boris Karloff one. This one I've read probably 100 times, and I'm not really kidding.
Now, don't get-
And it does have, by the way, a great Sea Monkeys ad on the back, which is brine shrimp.
Well, but
But-
if you read that, after you read it
I
a
wanted
couple
to-
times, why would you read it again?
I'll tell you why. The last story in this particular Boris Karloff,
All right.
I very much wanted to make a movie based on it. And I tried writing a script. I just couldn't expand it out enough. But I really thought it was a great idea. Now I look at it and I go, yeah, it would be impossible to do as a movie because it's based on one linchpin thing that works in writing but would never work in moviedom. And I'm not going to give it away because someday I may figure it out. But I really loved that particular book. And I believe my love of horror movies in general is very much goes back to the comic book. So this is an important movie to me.
Ooh. All right. Well, back to me.
And here comes the 3.
Yeah. No. So here's the deal. No. Here's how it goes. Now let's get back to this. There's
Yeah.
5 stories in here. Okay.
Yes, there
So
are.
that's pretty cool because you're not going to spend a whole lot of time in each one. You're going to get to the point and be done. So, but what I noticed, Tim,
Yes.
is that now we're not going to count the bookends. We're not counting those, but all the interior ones,
Yeah.
they got longer as they went along. Mm-hmm. Okay. So there you
And
go.
they became more developed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. So the first one about, hey, where's my cake? This is about a guy who was killed, and he's like, where's my cake? And then he comes back alive, and then cake and all that happens. But you know what? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm like, I can kind of hang with this, but then
It's a zombie story.
yeah, but zombies now are better.
Yes, they are.
That was kind of I mean, I get 82.
But
that's the whole
it's
thing.
a great zombie makeup because if you don't say that, your friend Tom is going to beat you up when you're
Whatever.
in Pittsburgh.
He's like 4'11". I'm not worried about that. So, anyways, back to this. So, okay, so in '82, would you say what was done in there was state of the art? Would you say that was the top line?
I think that was a pretty damn good zombie makeup. He did good throughout this. I actually think this one and
Don't give it away.
Dawn of the Dead are probably his 2 best
Savini.
makeup movies. That's my opinion. He's done a lot of great makeup over the years, but I think those are the 2
Okay.
top.
So this was the first one. So the first one, basically, this is what it was. A woman kills her dad on Father's Day. She mourns him, and he comes back as a zombie. I'll leave it at that. Right? Is
Right.
that good enough? I mean,
Yeah.
just moving forward through the next 4.
Yeah,
I
you
don't want
can't
to give away too
spoil
much.
them because all of
Did I
these,
spoil
just
that?
like
Did I spoil that one?
no,
Okay.
but just like in the comic books, they always have twist endings.
Right.
Every single one.
So the next one is Stephen King.
Yes.
All right, Stephen King actually did some work on this, other than just acting, and he wrote some of this or something. But
No. He wrote the entire script.
oh,
Stephen King wrote the entire Creepshow script.
okay, well, all right. I was gonna try to. All right. Anyway, so back to this.
I ruined his old way he was going to talk about it.
Back to this. So he's in this one about the death of somebody, and
The lonely death of
Jason Voorhees.
No, what was it? It was Gerald something.
Yeah, but it was so
Yeah.
his thing. So I did a little research on this, and I know I never do research, but I did a little research. They wanted him, or he wanted him, to act like Wile E. Coyote. So when you see his
Yes.
expressions, it's pretty
Over the
cool.
top.
It's
Yeah,
way over the top.
he's chewing up the scenery. as
Yeah,
they
he is.
say.
But
Yeah.
you know what? Okay, so that one's that. Okay,
Yeah.
so what happens? He sees a meteor, he plays with it, and then the rest of the movie. So I'll let that one go where it is. All right. Okay, so now the next one's got
I
Leslie.
love these descriptions. This is totally
I
worth
don't
it.
give stuff away.
I know it's hard to talk about the movie because they're short little segments, And if you go too far describing any one of them, it could just...
So now the next one is something about the tide. It was called The Tide Becomes You.
One to tide you over, I think is what it's called.
So what it is Leslie Nielsen goes and like knocks on Ted Danson, Sam Malone from Cheers, sports reference. So he go, oh, look at that. I did that without even knowing what I did. Oh, and Leslie Nielsen was in...
Oh, wait, hold on. Where is it?
Okay, Ted Danson from Cheers.
Yeah.
He was a pitcher. And then Leslie Nielsen, he's actually in Naked Gun, and he plays that umpire in that. All right.
Yes.
So
much like yourself, but you want to be called champ this season, right?
No. Oh, I was a champ last year. I get that. So, anyways.
Because I'll go halfway with you. I'll call you chump.
Oh, a chump. All right.
Yeah. No?
All right. So, anyways. Yeah,
he saw it coming. See? He saw it coming.
Yeah. So in that one, Leslie Nielsen goes over to Ted Danson's house. He's like, hey, man, you got to come with me. They go to the beach. They bury Ted Danson in the sand. That's not giving anything away.
Right.
And it turns out he buries a woman in the sand, too. And after I figured this out a little bit, this was a little strange. I kind of tied this to Cat's Eye. It's kind of like Cat's Eye in a way where Leslie Nielsen makes the lover of his wife do something to like strenuous. Okay, so that's that. So, but he buries him in there, and their heads are there, or whatever. And then something happens, and then Leslie Nielsen can hold his breath. We'll just put it that.
Yeah, this particular segment is based on the short story that Stephen King wrote.
Oh, Stephen King did that too.
Yes,
hot damn, I'm on a roll.
It got directly adapted for Cat's Eye. But in this movie, he changed it a little bit to make it this. So, now, people say, oh, yeah, it was taking his other idea. But literally, I only got about 10 comic books here total. I bet you it would take me less than a minute to find where there was a revenge story about a lover and the guy's wife. I mean, it literally is in every 10th book of horror. There will be a story like that, and I honestly, that's probably my second favorite of the segments. I really like. I'll tell
you my order when I'm done.
Okay, yeah.
What I didn't like about this, Okay, so I gotta put myself in '82. But there was colored TVs back then. I didn't like the fact I didn't like the black and white TV. I'm sorry, I didn't like that. That was kind of...
And his VHS collection is for shit. Come on, he's a rich guy, and he had 20 VHS tapes. Yeah, I'm like, come on.
Kind of dumb. But this was... But
I had that. I wasn't even out of high school yet.
Are you kind of impressed that I picked up on the Cat's Eye thing?
I'm very impressed.
Yeah, see, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it was an IMDb trivia, but...
No, I kind of picked it up. So the next thing, give me a little credit, dude. All right, so the next one
it's
was
so easy to get them going.
Wait, the roach one, but there's one between there and there. That's,
yeah,
the next crate. One is with Fluffy.
Yeah, the crate.
Fluffy.
Yes.
Now that one, I picked up some stuff on that too. It was so cool because of Tim and the fact that I do this, I picked up on stuff on these movies that I wouldn't have picked up otherwise.
Okay.
So this crate that's underneath these stairs. But first of all, there's this guy, and his name is Henry Northrup, okay?
Yes.
That's Hal Holbrook.
Yep.
He's married to Adrienne Barbeau, who's also in the Swamp Thing. And Adrienne Barbeau is pleasant to look at. She is, but she's I'm going to just say it, she's a real witch in this movie. She's very terrible towards Hal. Because there's an age difference, right? So anyways.
More than that. Actually,
she's a witch. When you talk about sexual prowess in the bed, and he can't do stuff.
Let me tell you. In the comic book adaptation of Creepshow, when I was a kid, I came across the comic book adaptation of Creepshow. I do not know. I don't think I ever owned it. I must have got it from the library or something, but it was well before I was ever allowed to see this movie. Okay. It was probably another 5-6 years before I saw the movie. But they had the creep would come in and he would kind of narrate from time to time. And they had a sequence where Adrienne Barbeau was just being a total
Which?
pain to her husband. And he comes in, the creep, and he says, give me a B, give me an I, give me a T.
Really?
Oh, you know the rest. And to this day, I remember that particular frame because I was like, oh, they used bitch. Oh my God, they were referring to bitch. I just thought it was fantastic. I loved it. But she really, I mean, it's over the top.
Yeah, it is.
That is some over the top acting. But actually, you know, there's a couple scenes where you can kind of tell that at one point they were in love. You kind of see where there's a motive behind it, that she just likes to gossip and being married to this powerful professor, but he's totally powerless against her.
There's a sports movie connection there. Why don't you give me that sports movie connection?
I get it, sure.
Adrian Barbeau was in Cannonball Run, which is a sports movie about racing across the United States.
That's a good one. I love that movie.
Thank you. So
and Adrian Barbeau was actually married to John Carpenter.
Yep, I was getting to that.
Go ahead.
Because you'll see why.
Go ahead.
Because according to Tim, he had me watch The Thing, which is a movie that I enjoyed. And then as soon as I saw that the crate was Antarctica, that's the first thing I thought of. The first thing I thought of was The Thing, and then because he's John Carpenter and I know a little bit about Adrian Barbeau, I'm like, holy balls. I'm like, they were married, so this is all tying like a little
yes.
But then I gotta say something about this. Okay, Tim, you're the janitor, you're cracking open this crate, and you hear something, you hear that in there, so you know what, let me just stick my hand in there. Who does that? Who does that? I hear.
Okay, the thing was like though from the 1800s or whatever.
If you hear a noise,
there shouldn't be anything living in there.
But you heard it. You heard it.
He heard it and he felt something moving.
Right?
There,
Why
right?
would you stick your hand in? I was pissed. I'm like, you know what? You deserve to die, and I didn't give anything away. You deserve to die. So, anyways, so that's
But when we went to see Scream. Okay, when we went to see Scream in the theater, he's sitting there and he's mad at me when I'm saying, stab her. And he's like, oh, that isn't nice. But meanwhile, he's taking the help and throwing it inside a crate with a monster.
If he wouldn't have... Come on.
This is how you are.
Why would you stick your hand in there? Why? Why? That was dumb.
That's
so
what
Stephen
she
King,
said.
That's a good one. That's the best one in season 4. That's awesome. Let's just let's recap.
There it is.
That's good.
Why would he
that? You know what? That's gonna be a tough one to top.
God.
Why would he stick his hand in there?
You kept saying it too. That was the best part.
That's fantastic. But anyways, so as Tim comes down from his high, so Hal is this professor, and he's like, you know what? I gotta get rid of this wife of mine. So he calls her down to the lab, and I'll leave it at that. Okay, so that's it. So I'm not gonna give any more, but that one's all right. And then the last one's about all these cockroaches, and it's like, you know what? I don't have a bug.
Cockroach.
Yeah.
A cockroach.
Yeah, cockroach. I don't have a problem with bugs. I really don't. So it's not like that weird.
You have that one on your shoulder?
Anyways, but he had
actually, with all the drug abuse in your sports movies, they're always seeing stuff on him.
Did you notice that he had a mask on? He had to dispose of his mask.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like a little vacuum cleaner built right into his.
But I knew.
I was thinking that would be helpful around here because a lot of times I'm done with my chips, and you see the garbage can is way over there.
Oh.
I could have it mounted right here for my chips and take the chip bag, and it would just right back. That'd be nice.
We'll work on it.
I could use that for my cookies too.
Yeah, like that Cookie Monster actor. What's his name?
CJ Graham.
Yeah, CJ Graham. I like cookies.
Okay, now
Make sure
Jeff.
I get milk. Okay, so let me get back to this. Oh,
Okay.
You want to talk about?
No, go ahead.
You want to talk about CJ?
No, I do not want to talk about CJ. I want to talk about Creepshow.
I need milk for my cookies.
Okay. But did you like in this movie where they made...
Go
Go ahead.
I want to finish up about the cockroaches.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So the cockroaches, whatever. So this guy, I didn't even get it, but he was in there and he's like, I got all these cockroaches. I need someone to come up here and exterminate them. And then he ends up, I can't tell you how he ends up, but it was weird. It was just a weird. It's based
on something though that maybe you're not familiar with. It was real big in the early 80s. And I only knew about it because my mother actually read a book on the subject.
All right.
Howard Hughes.
Yep, I know who that is.
In his late days, he was a neat freak.
Okay.
And he lived, I think it was in Vegas. He was up in the penthouse of his hotel. And he would sit around in his underwear. And he had people that had to catch flies for him, but he didn't want them killed because they would make a mess. They had to catch him live and escort him out. He was real big about Kleenex, and he was a neat freak, and that's what they were kind of taking off for in E.G. Marshall's character that they had in there. So it's kind of based on that idea of somebody super rich that's a real neat freak.
Well, it was screwed up. But anyways, so... And then after that one, we come.
So you don't have a problem with bugs? Would you have had a problem playing that role with all them bugs jittering around?
No, because you saw it when it was laying there. It was it was a dummy. It wasn't even him. They didn't have no bugs on him. The bugs were all creeping around.
He said dummy like he was begging me to get in there. But I'm not going to do it.
Anyway,
I'm not taking that bait.
Then we do the wraparound. We come back to the opening scene again where in the opening scene, the dad is upset with the kid for reading the magazine Creep Show. And then the kid's like, hey, it's nothing more than your pornos in your dresser. I was surprised he said that.
Yeah.
And then it comes to the end, and then the dad's like, yeah, you know what? We toss that stuff away, blah, blah, blah. And then the dad's having, muscle problems. I'm not going to get into it too much. Yeah. But you'll see a picture of what's going on over here.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool because... Tom Savini is out. He's a garbage man, all right? And they actually open up the Creep Show magazine like this. They open it up, and then the ad for a voodoo doll is gone. And then they go to the kid. That was really
here's
cool.
What you don't know.
Cool. That was cool.
Here's what you didn't notice. Earlier in the movie,
I got something.
As they're going through the comic book, going from one story to another. That ad is already cut out earlier.
Now no. Now that you mentioned it, I do remember that because it was going through that. But
I
cool.
loved how they represented comic books in here. There's a couple of times where they're changing scene, and it looks like you're going from one panel to the next in the comic book, which I just absolutely loved. I thought it was a great effect. There's a couple, and you'll see it in our clips that we have up there, where they took the normal background that was behind them, like a wall or whatever, and they changed the lighting so it looked very artistic, like with just a shock of purple behind them. Yeah. Or like what you're seeing right now, where it had these round circles. I thought that was so clever because, you could pick up any of these comic books I have over here, and you would see that type of artwork all over it.
So I got a total Twilight Zone vibe out of this. I got that. I got
a lot of twist endings.
Yeah. Yep, I got that, and especially with the lasso with the bugs, it seemed very Twilight Zone-ish to me. Yep. And then I got a lot from I used to watch Tales from the Crypt on HBO.
Yes.
Only a few of them. I didn't watch a whole lot because I'm not really into that stuff. But there was a hot chick in it. I'd probably watch it because it's going to be good.
Right.
But I was getting a lot of that from. Look at that. There's Fluffy. I didn't watch any of these panels yet, but it was good.
Scare you.
So now, if I were gonna rate all these clips,
which was your favorite story? And
so my favorite story was the wraparound.
Well, there's a particular reason it reminds you of a Christmas present you got.
It does, the voodoo doll, but my Craig Counsell voodoo doll. But I would say the wraparound. There you go. Right, the wraparound was my favorite, and then I would say the Stephen King one, and then I would say the Father's Day one, and then I would
really,
and then I
wow, okay.
Then I would say the Ted Danson one, and then I would say absolutely. I wanted the show to end with the cockroach. I just wanted it to end. I'm like, how long is this episode?
Yeah.
It was way too
Okay.
long. Oh wait, no, I take that back.
Where's the crate?
Yep. Let me rewrite that. So I would say my favorite one was the crate one.
Yeah.
Then it was the wraparound. Then it was Stephen King. Then it was the
Father's Day.
Ted Danson, and then the cockroach. They could have just dropped that one. That was a waste of time.
I think the cockroaches is exactly what they needed. I don't know that I would have put it at the end. I would have put the crate at the end.
The crate was the best one.
I heard they did spend some time trying to figure out the right order for them.
But I think
now,
the cockroach would have put me to sleep in the beginning. Honest to God, that was very boring.
it does go. Watching it for the umpteenth time now.
You've watched this more than once.
It goes a tad long. Now, one thing I want you to notice, the gentleman that plays the father in the wraparound.
Yeah, I know him.
Where's his name?
It's one of the top ones.
Why am I not remembering his name off
He's
the
in a
top
bunch
of
of
my
things.
head? My brain went completely blank on it.
Yeah.
But he will be coming up later on.
Something else?
Yeah, I should not allow you to run the IMDb over there. Here, let me add it.
Anyways, but so
I can't believe I'm.
well, he wasn't Tom
blank
Cast enough.
on his name.
He wasn't good enough.
Oh,
Bingo?
God.
Was it
No,
Bingo O'Malley?
He's very good.
Was it
I
Cletus?
like it. There's your guy, Tom Savini. There, Tom Atkins. Why did I not remember his name? Tom Atkins will show up again later this season
I've seen him
in
in-
Night of the Creeps.
I've seen him in a bunch of things.
What you know him from is in Lethal Weapon.
Yes.
He
Yes,
is
he's
the guy.
Yes.
He's like the
Yes.
Vietnam veteran friend, and
Of Glover.
he gets just blown the f
Yes.
away
By a helicopter.
from a helicopter.
Yes.
But he's fantastic. He's a Pittsburgh guy.
Is he really?
Yeah. In fact, our friend Mr. Exler has interviewed him. I think on more than one occasion. But yeah, so he will be coming up later in Night of the Creeps.
Oh, I have that movie too.
Yeah, that's coming. It's coming. You're gonna
All right,
love it.
So here's the deal.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you my.
Now there is
rating.
a sports connection you missed.
Well, if you tell
I
me the
gotta bring
actor,
it.
I can tell you the sports movie.
Okay. During the Stephen King section.
Well, Stephen King is a big Boston Red Sox fan.
No. During the Stephen King section,
Oh,
they were watching wrestling,
Yeah,
and that's
wrestling
Vince McMahon's voice.
Is
You
it
hear
really?
he's announcing the WWF match.
Really?
With the Samoan, and I forget who the other guy is. It doesn't really matter, but it's Vince McMahon's voice.
Okay, I didn't know that.
That's kind of cool, and I think this was before Vince really took over everything
Okay.
from his dad. I think that's the timeline, but they were just starting to do stuff at Madison Square Garden. We are running long, but
Okay.
that's okay. We get paid by the hour.
Yeah.
so,
Do you want my rating on this?
I think it's about time. Yeah.
Do you think you know what it is?
You are going to be a lot lower. See, I think this is like a 8 or a 9 on my scale. So you're probably going to be down below 5. I'm thinking it's going to be like a 4.
Yeah, it is a 4.
Yeah. I am a little surprised and disappointed because I like this movie a lot. I think a lot of the reason I like it is because of its comic book
Well, you have a history with all that
connection,
stuff, yeah.
but I also knew that you like Trick or Treat, and I thought,
Yeah.
well, this one's similar
But I think this.
in structure.
But like I said, the cockroach almost put me to sleep. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah,
Um,
I think everybody's got one of those stories in this movie where they're just like, it's not as strong as the rest.
No, and the janitor being a dum dum. I don't get that.
That sort of stuff I can't.
And then wait, and then
you
why- and then
you
why
get
did Fluffy-
upset about the dumbest things
Well, then why
sometimes.
did that fluffy guy? Why did he?
You
stay,
didn't like the scoring and the fish that ate Pittsburgh or whatever.
I
that
did
was.
like. No, I didn't. But why did he stay at the stairs? Why did he just take off then? I don't get it. Why did he just stay there? That's dumb.
Because then it
That's
isn't
dumb.
scary.
No, it's dumb.
I actually enjoy
They want
the
to be
crate
realistic.
has some of the best scares in the whole movie.
I did
are
jump
in
once.
The crate. Yeah,
I jumped
because that
once during this
thing
movie.
jumps out and he says booga booga.
I think
But
I jumped once.
You know what time it is?
Oh, trivia.
Do you know what time it
It's
is?
trivia time.
Well, I'm still looking for the button. There we go.
Oh, Trogdor's in there.
Yeah, Trogdor is giving me advice. He's going to help me. He's my phone a friend. Do you believe me? Okay.
I don't even know what this is. Hold on. I don't even know.
This is trivia time.
Yeah, I gotta find it, right?
You know, we do trivia
Got
here.
it. All right. So are you gonna ask me first, or am I asking you?
Well, you found it. Go ahead and you go first.
You found it. You brought it. All right. So, it's 4 statements.
Three
are real.
statements. 3 statements.
Now it's 3.
2. It's always been 3.
Oh well, then I gotta figure.
1
this
is false, and 2 are correct.
out. Yikes.
All right, I'll start then.
No. Go.
No.
No, you can go. I can go.
No, go ahead then.
All right. So, So, Bill Murray, being from the Midwest,
Yeah.
Evanston, Illinois,
Yeah.
was no stranger to bowling. He actually rolled all 3 strikes in that 10th frame win.
Okay.
Next one is the Farrelly Brothers liked cinematography so much in the 1986 movie Something Wild that they told their cinematographer to copy its style.
Okay.
And then finally, Woody Harrelson and his team actually won the Texas State Division II bowling title in his senior season.
Woody Harrelson?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you need me to repeat it?
No. I got this one because Bill Murray, I know, is actually freakishly good at athletics. It wouldn't shock me at all that he got the 3 strikes in a row.
On his own?
Yeah, I think he did it
No
himself.
cuts? No cuts in the film?
I think he did it.
Okay.
In fact, I bet you he's a damn good bowler. Cause I know he's a damn good golfer too.
4.
Like 300.
Yeah.
The second one is I don't know what to make of the second one. The third one, though, I think Woody Harrelson is actually a terrible bowler. So I don't believe that at all because when I was watching him, I'm like, he isn't even good at faking bowling here. It's a good thing he had lost his hand in the movie because he couldn't fake
Well, maybe that's why it looked so
bowling
bad.
well
Maybe-
through the rest of it. Randy Quaid looked like he might be able to bowl. Woody Harrelson looked like the penguin coming up there, kind of tottering. So I'm going to say C is the incorrect one.
You're right.
All right. Finally, I get one right because last season I was stinking up the joint.
Yep.
Okay, I have no idea how you're going to do on my trivia this
Okay.
time. I have no idea. I'm doing my best. Where the frick is it? It was open. There it is. Okay. The part of the father that wanted his cake in Father's Day was the final role for airport movie star George Kennedy shortly before he passed away. Okay.
Okay.
Second one. Ed Harris, also in the Father's Day segment, previously worked with George Romero, the director, on a film named Night Riders about motorcyclists that jousted and proclaimed Harris to be kind of a King Arthur type.
So it's a futuristic movie like Mad Max?
I'm not giving you more information than that.
Okay.
And the third one, your friend, Tom Savini, he sometimes goes by Ted, did makeup in this film, and he has directed a segment of the Creepshow TV series now on Shudder.
Okay.
All right.
This is very easy.
Okay.
I'm going to get my 5 points also.
Okay.
Could you just repeat the questions again?
I thought it was easy.
Well, it's easy if I hear the
All
question
right.
one more time.
The part of the father that wanted his cake was the final role for airport movie star George Kennedy shortly before he passed away.
Yeah.
Ed Harris previously worked with George Romero on a film named Night Riders about motorcyclists that jousted and proclaimed Harris to be a King Arthur type. And This is letter C. Your friend Tom Savini, not Ted Savini,
No,
Tom
his
Savini
brother.
did makeup in this film and has directed a segment of the Creepshow TV series now on Shudder.
Let me ask you this.
You know,
So-
our chat room, by the way, is not guessing tonight. It's
That
kind of
second-
strange.
That second one.
Yeah.
Now, was
The
that?
second one is Ed Harris.
I know, but about Knight Rider, is that with Kit and the
No,
Baywatch guy?
no, it's a different movie.
Okay, so then the
It was called
incorrect-
Knight Riders.
So then it's easy.
Knight.
Okay, so then the easy. This is easy. Then A is the incorrect one.
A is the incorrect one.
Yep.
You are correct.
I'm so smart.
That's clearly the case. Why did you have any questions about Knight Riders being a real movie?
I was just playing.
Okay,
I knew the correct answer the first time you read through them, but I wanted you to read them again.
asshole.
That's what she said.
Now I did have a spare alternate piece of
Let's hear it.
real trivia
Yeah.
that I was going to use, but I
Let's hear it.
I liked these two better. Cockroaches gathered for this
Ugh.
production
Yeah.
still plague the Pittsburgh area.
No.
No, that's absolutely true.
From this movie, that's why.
Yeah. They went over
Really?
to, I think it was Africa or Egypt, and collected these cockroaches. And the way they did is they kind of baited a trap, turned off the lights. All these cockroaches would jump into the bucket that had the
Yeah.
bait in it.
Yeah.
They turn on the lights, get them out, put another bucket out, turn off the lights, boom, it was filled.
Seriously.
Just one after another, millions of them that they brought over. And some of them, you know, no matter how well you keep that area, cordoned off for the cockroaches, some are going to get out. And some of them are pretty aggressive.
Really?
I said my word again.
Aggressive.
Cockroach. They're kind of invasive species.
So, and they still plague the Pittsburgh area?
Yeah,
You
they
should've put that
have
one
some
down. I had that-
pretty bad cockroach problems in certain parts of Pittsburgh due to that. The reason I didn't use it is that came from a movie, a documentary about Creepshow
So?
that's probably over a decade old, so I
So?
don't really know
I would have hung with
it's
it.
still accurate.
Oh,
but-
so you don't think
okay.
they're there anymore?
I think they probably
If I would have
are.
said that, the crew for this movie found Bill Murray's clear bowling ball with the rose in it in Pittsburgh at a pro bowling shop, would you have believed that?
I'm not sure.
Oh shit! Because they did.
Okay.
They did find it there. That was my
Oh
throwaway
wait,
question.
we got to go to the
Yeah,
score
let's go to the
first.
score.
Let's go to the scoreboard. There we go.
No.
Now I figured
no,
it out in advance. No, that's not right.
No.
Are you sure?
No. Yes.
I'm pretty
yes,
sure that's
yes.
what it was going to be.
No, you just got lazy.
All right. Well, I put in 10s for trivia. You can't even get 10.
Well, if you answer 2 questions right, you can.
Okay, whatever. So you gave a 4. I gave a 3.
The only reason I gave
Where-
that 4
where-
is because Tom Savini was in it.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I really went. I got bored with it.
I really thought you were going to like it more. I apologize. Why are you in both the top and the bottom?
I have no idea.
What is going on there?
Look at that. I can do a thumbs up in both of them. Or I can put 2 in thumbs up. There you go. It's okay, Tim. People like looking at me.
They really don't.
They do. Now
They're both. What?
Yeah, don't scare people away, please.
What the heck?
8 to 9.
I am so mad right now. I can't even tell you. Okay, well,
Anyways.
something I get to fix again. All right, so Jeff, I'm off to a little bit of a lead, but that is not comfortable at all.
Nope.
It's going to be a long season, but I know I have some fantastic horror movies. I know you have some terrible sports movies coming up, so it's going to be really close because I keep getting the trivia wrong. So hey, it's going to be a fun season 4. And we come back February 3rd here
This is next week.
next week, Thursday. And I'm going to be assigned the movie Raging Bull.
Yep.
Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, black and white.
Yeah.
And somehow Jeff has got on both again.
That's awesome.
What the hell is going on?
This is so pissing Tim off. You have no
I'm
idea.
so angry right now. I spent so much time getting this ready for the season.
What movie do I have?
You get The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Is it in color?
It's in black and white.
Why is this in color then?
That is the poster.
Okay.
The posters
I've never
were
seen
done.
this.
You've
I'm-
never seen Creature
No.
of Black Lagoon?
I've seen Swamp Thing, but I've
Okay.
never seen Creature. So I'm looking forward to this. I really am looking forward to seeing a Creature. Of
Now,
Black Lagoon, since I've never
I
seen it.
believe. What is going on?
I love this.
That makes me so angry. I can't even tell you.
Tim, this is awesome.
I can't fix it right now. It's everything has been messed up.
You know what? People out there watching this, you're in for a treat. You get double Jeff.
You know what? I'm gonna check. Watch this. I'm gonna put it on my thing. It's probably gonna be Jeff on Jeff. Unbelievable.
Yes.
Total Jeffomania here.
Yes, all Jeff, all the time.
You know, it's gonna take me hours to fix it.
It'll
I
take you 2
do
seconds.
not know how that got messed up. It got messed up one time before. It took me 2 hours.
So next week we do have those movies.
my
Hopefully you'll
God.
tune in. You'll just see me, but that's okay.
No, it isn't okay.
Scooch
But-
over.
yeah.
Scooth over.
Screw over. Oh, I could just do this. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
But anyway.
Is it in 3D? Because he's a chick?
Okay, now I did give you.
Scotch.
You have a version on that drive that I gave you
Yeah.
that is 3D if you have the red and green glasses.
I'm not watching that shit.
Oh my god, it's such a great.
I don't
It
have
is
3D
probably
glasses.
the best
What am
3D.
I going to do?
I'll give you a pair before you.
No,
leave.
wait a second. So that's the only version that's on there?
No, there's 2 versions.
No, I'll watch the regular version.
Okay. But it is one of the best of the 1950s 3D movies.
The
It's
best
a
3D
really good
movie I've
3D.
seen is Jaws 3D. It's an awesome movie. You gotta see it. It's better than the original.
All right, we've got a lot to talk about coming up next week on the show when you'll have 2 hosts again
No, you don't.
at that time.
Doesn't make a difference. You know what we could do?
so
You could
mad.
talk. Wait, talk. Just talk.
Okay, I'm just talking right now, and Jeff is acting like Kermit the Frog.
We could do that.
Or
We
it's
could
a
pull off-
Godzilla movie.
We could pull up. Yeah. Look out for Godzilla.
I cannot believe this thing did this to me again. I'm so mad. Anyway,
Gremlins are getting you.
I do not know what it's doing. All right. Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in this week. It's
Yes,
time to
thank you.
close the crypt.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to our season. It's time for us to close the crypt, call the game. Thank you all for watching. Remember to share and subscribe to our show and feed. You can find the show at otherworldlyculture.com and follow the show on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Pandora, iHeart, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and other 5 places you find podcasts. So remember, if it's sports, it's a home run. If it's horror, run home. We're dead on the bases. And we'll see you next time.